Ladies and gentlemen, now on to the Sengar story. This is a huge blow to the pursuit of justice. The Delhi High Court's strange and very questionable and controversial decision to suspend the life sentence of Kuldeep Singh Sengar in the 2017 Unnao rape case. To put it very simply, he is a convict convicted for rape and murder. He is involved in the murder of the victim's father and family members allegedly, and he has raped her. For some technical reason, the court has suspended the sentence. And I would like to ask the court, where do these technicalities emerge from suddenly for them when it comes to the rich and the powerful? Ladies and gentlemen, in this defining moment for our country, Republic will question everyone. Day before yesterday, I questioned, and I believe I understood the issue on law better than Justice Gawai, who could not argue on matters of law with me. Today I say I stand with the Unnao survivor. It's for the Supreme Court to overturn this decision of the High Court. We pray it happens. Let's debate.
The survivor of one of India's most brutal rape cases involving a politician, the survivor and her family have been dragged on the streets of Delhi.
The Delhi police is now forcibly removing the victim. He is being forced into a CRPF bus. The victim seems to have sustained some injury. The victim now being dragged away by Delhi police officials and being put into the CRPF bus.
While the convict, former BJP MLA Kuldeep Singh, sentenced to life imprisonment, succeeds in getting his sentence suspended.
कल का कुछ भी हो सकता है. आज इनको बेल मिली है हाई कोर्ट से. कल का मेरा घर विड्रॉ किया जाएगा. कल का मेरी सिक्योरिटी विड्रॉ की जाएगी. तो मैं तो कहीं की भी नहीं रह जाऊंगी.
There are questions over the court order. The court deemed that Sengar cannot be brought into the ambit of aggravated penetrative sexual assault. The court order said a rape convict did not fall within the definition of a public servant who has served 7 years under incarceration. The survivor has now sworn to move the Supreme Court. Her mother, broken by the system, meant to protect her child.
सरकार तो यही कह रहे हैं कि मेरे बच्चों की सिक्योरिटी मिलना चाहिए. कुलदीप सेंगर को बरी नहीं होने देना. सुप्रीम कोर्ट से यही विनती कर रहे हैं, हाथ जोड़ के पूरी जनता तक का मेरी सोच ना पहुंचाई जाए. मैम, हमको तभी न्याय मिलेगी.
Sister fears what could happen next if Sengar walks free.
जान का खतरा है. आते रहते हैं, गुंडे धमकी देते हैं कि केस वापस ले लो, नहीं मरवा देंगे. अभी तो तुम्हारे चाचा को जेल भेजा है, अभी उल्टा लटकवाना बाकी है.
Republic has tracked Kuldeep Sengar for 8 years now.
एक शब्द बोल दीजिए सर. एक शब्द बोल दीजिए सर. 1 मिनट सर.
We confronted him in 2018 before the arrest.
घटना 2016 की है और 9वें महीने से जब पुलिस ने विवेचना में उन 2 महिलाओं का नाम निकाल दिया तो ये कुलदीप सिंह कहाँ से पैदा हो गए. कुलदीप सिंह के खिलाफ वो 1 साल से झूठा प्रचार कर रहा है. कोर्ट की कोई व्यक्ति कहेगा कि आपका नाम हो और आप अरेस्ट हो तो क्या आप अरेस्ट हो जाएंगे.
And when we chased accountability, there was intimidation and resistance. So much that there was an attempt to silence the victim. Her father was targeted. He died in judicial custody. And a truck rammed her car. 2 aunts died.
हरिपाल सिंह, नवीन सिंह और पुन्नू और पप्पी धमकी देने जाते हैं.
क्या घर पे आके धमकी दी?
हाँ, घर पे आते हैं, कहते हैं मुकदमा वापस ले लो, तुम लोगों को मार देंगे.
8 years after Unnao shook the nation, the survivor is still fighting alone. Serious questions confront India's justice system. This is no longer just about Unnao.
नहीं बैठेंगे.
And this is the country where we made so many promises post Nirbhaya. I'm surprised, China NC, just because you're part of the ruling coalition, you choose not to protest. You were so strong earlier on women's related issues. You were so strong on issues for punishment for rapists. In cases like this, I'm told that you want to defend the actions of the court. Quite strange, China. I want to open with you. Ranjana Kumari is there, but why, China? You want to actually defend this judgment?
Arnab,
Yes?
every single person wants to see Kuldeep Singh in jail. This verdict which has come from the Delhi High Court, it's not as if the government is not going to challenge it in the Supreme Court. Our Prime Minister has spoken.
But we haven't had a statement from the
on
government yet that they
multiple
intend to
occasions.
challenge it in the Supreme Court.
But
Right
hear
now,
me
it is
out,
only the
hear me
victim
out.
who
You're
plans
giving me
to.
a chance.
It is only
You're
the
giving me
victim
a
who
chance
plans
to
to.
express.
It is only the victim who is planning to challenge it in the Supreme Court. I would have liked very much for the government to move in very quickly.
I can assure you that the government will challenge it in the Supreme Court. Our Prime Minister has always stood up for women's rights. He's spoken many a times on rape, the Purush Pradhan Mansikta that needs to change, and the fast-track courts that we are looking forward to.
No, but very
towards
much
in
so. For
cases
that
such as
reason, this is an extraordinary
2017
decision.
Unnao case.
Why has the government not stepped in immediately? Ranjana Kumari, who's a renowned woman activist, China NC says that the government will intervene and seek a review on the matter. Of course, she's not speaking for the government in this case.
Well, Arnab, it's a shameful day in our legal history. Women and children have not got justice in the past. They are not getting justice now. And now look at this, a pedophile, a convicted criminal has been released on the very flimsy ground, and the ground is that it is taking too much time, and too crowded court, that is High Court, doesn't have the time to listen to all the arguments and everything. So they are now, and it is going to take a lot of time, and he's already spent so much time in the jail. So let's release him. Now, what kind of a judgment is this? I want you to bring some legal experts and just to analyze this whole judgment.
No, I will do it for you,
you-
though I'm not a lawyer. Let me say this out here. What has happened here, Ranjana, I've analyzed this. The court has minimized a life sentence for rape and murder into a mere technicality. In several cases, Raman Malik, Ranjana, you and I have debated what is rarest of the rare. And the problem is that in cases of rape, we keep having to redefine what is the rarest of the rare. The court says in this case, it's a mini acquittal for Sengar. It is a mini acquittal for Sengar, saying POSCO does not apply, POXO does not apply, and the court decides that the very provision under which life imprisonment was imposed cannot be brought into the ambit. And it is said that because the Sengar is not technically a public servant, hence it is not a case of aggravated penetrative sexual assault, which means that if he...
So what really was, what he was charged with is all wrong. It's all fake.
No. The court, looking for a needle in the haystack to save Sengar, claims to have found one, which means the whole system, is on the side of the rapist and murderer. Raman Malik, why are you quiet?
So what message are we sending to the country?
Message is clear.
The court has
A politician can get away with rape and murder.
I would only want to make about 8 or 9 points. If you permit me to do so, and
Make one point.
unearth everything in front of you. So, the first and foremost point is that the conviction is not overturned, that the Delhi High Court order is interim. Appeal is pending, strict bail condition is imposed, and victim protection is ordered under supervision of
What is victim protection? What victim protection?
DCW.
What victim protection? Where are you reading this from?
Is victim has to be protected. This is the facts of the case.
The father has been killed in judicial custody.
In the Rohtak rape case, you and Ranjana Kumari were producing a story which was taken off and given to cleaners by me.
Sorry,
and then
you are
too,
really
there was one
supporting
senior
a
journalist
rapist
who now has
and
an
you are
independent
supporting a
channel.
judgment
who
which is
were-
letting
who
him
was-
go
who had made
I want to
documentary on Sukanya, and that Sukanya.
I appeal to the government to intervene in this case and challenge what has happened. Women, men, people with a conscience are extremely concerned about what happened. How did this Sengar, ex-BJP leader, get away?
What kind of a message that he can get away? He can get away by rape and he can be released and released.
Ranjana, louder. We get Yogita on in the big screen.
Arnab Goswami.
No, how can you even defend this? How can you say that a rapist, a pedophile, someone who raped a minor, and someone who has been convicted? So what is this conviction all about? What is it? So the whole legal system, the whole police system,
You can make
law
top bans.
enforcement
Victim
system
is
is all
live
wrong,
tonight.
you mean to say?
No,
You are talking off your head. You are not worried about what is going to happen
top
to
bans
women
can be
and children.
made.
How these
No.
rapists
These are the facts of the
walk
case.
on the street at large.
These are facts of the case.
What is going on at the moment
top
in the
bans
country?
can be made in time.
नहीं करा है क्या
Overturn नहीं, उन्होंने
Yogita
suspend
Bhayana is
करा
with
है,
us
हमें
with
भी
the
समझ
Unnao
में
rape
आता है।
survivor.
क्या अपील
Yogita Bhayana is with us tonight. Yesterday she was there when the victim, the survivor, went to India Gate. She wanted to protest. She was dragged. I want to show the visuals there. Yogita, आप देख रहे हैं. Yogita, I saw the visuals yesterday around 9:30. It happened, and then you were taken along with the survivor. What happened after that? What were you made to go through? Can you and the victim, rather the survivor, please tell us कल रात को क्या हुआ? अभी आपकी क्या प्लान है?
बताओ तुम बताओ बताइए क्यों कुछ पूछा आपसे बताओ
बताइए योगिता, आई एम हियरिंग यू. आप लाइव हैं योगिता?
हम लोग we are at this lawyer's office right now and there is some kind of a problem going on here. She is listening to you. कुछ जो
मैं उनसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि कल रात को क्या हुआ? आपके आगे की प्लान क्या है?
क्या हुआ?
आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
बताओ जल्दी.
मैं अर्नब गोस्वामी बोल रहा हूँ. आप जरा खुलकर बताएं आपकी प्लान क्या है? क्या आप सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाएंगी? क्या आप खुद सुरक्षित फील करती हैं? आप सरकार से क्या कहना चाहेंगी? प्लीज मूव द कैमरा बैक.
Out of my office.
Who is this person saying out of the office?
Doing this. Arnab,
Who is this person saying out of the office? Can the lawyer behave himself with my journalist? What is the lawyer's name? Tell him to behave himself.
He's misbehaving.
Yeah, he can't say that. I don't know who this Mr. Paracha is. But obviously he's not on the side of the victim. Can you move the camera back? Yogita, is the lawyer trying to intimidate?
The camera. आप हटा दीजिए. Yes.
Is the lawyer trying to intimidate, Yogita?
Yes.
Who is this lawyer?
Yes. He is. एक second.
It's so sad here that I am not being allowed to speak to the victim by a person who is apparently a lawyer. I don't know his name is. I think the victim wants to speak, but there is an attempt to intimidate, create a situation where the victim is not being allowed to speak to Republic. Yogita. This is extremely unfortunate. There's an attempt at intimidation out here.
What has he said?
I would like to speak to the victim, the survivor. She wants to speak to me. She wants to speak to me. She should be allowed to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, alarming situation. Apparently this is in a lawyer's chamber. I don't know who this lawyer is. Yogita, can you hear me? It's so sad. First, I mean, a lawyer stopping a victim from speaking on a network. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a very, very brave lady. Yesterday also, this is strange, Ranjana. Did you see that?
Yes, I think
she should be allowed to speak. The lawyer cannot take away the rights of a victim to speak. I don't know who this lawyer is.
I think this is absolutely shameful. This is really that, Yogita has been fighting on these issues. She is a friend of ours. She always in front of whenever there is this kind of injustice happen. Now we can't even speak about what injustice is happening to us. This is what it is
No,
now.
Yogita is there with the victim, but I'm told the lawyer is saying to our crew to get out of his office.
I tell you, she was dragged, and I heard in the morning itself that she was not, she did not accept to be on the program because she didn't know whether they will detain her or they will leave her. So this is what it is. Our protests have become absolutely, nobody is willing to hear. Nobody is willing to respond. Nobody
Well, we must raise our voice.
You can understand the helplessness of activists in the country, where even a lawyer can stop you from speaking.
A lawyer is stopping Yogita and the victim from speaking on television.
Yes.
What a shame. After what she went through yesterday. What a shame, Yogita. How terrible this is, Raman. But remember, people are watching. And I know how angry people are about what she's being made to go through. And we're with her, most importantly. We're with her. Well, I thank you both, ladies and gentlemen. Sengar cannot be released. We are fighting for the victim here. It's very unfortunate. What you just saw was an obvious situation where I don't know who the lawyer is, but the lawyer was stopping both the activist, Yogita, as well as the survivor from speaking. Now, they are both adults. If they want to speak, they should be allowed to. And nobody should be allowed to intimidate. At 9 p.m. tonight, the disturbing story of demography, inorganic demographic change in our country. Don't look away.
In another world, an element is born. Introducing the Phantom Black Edition by Grand Vitara. Nexa.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.